we met? Am I missing something?
Next Wednesday,
Y'all know Gary?
Yeah, we know Gary.
they come face to face with the truth.
Tell me you got good news for me.
It all depends on how you look at it.
But nothing can prepare them for a bombshell revelation that could change their lives forever.
Damn, this is a lot.
I have never wanted to talk about this.
Oh, dear God.
I cannot do this. I can't do it.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new episode next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your Missniecytv and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 6, Episode 18. The trailer starts off with everybody in the backyard at Jordan's house and Gary is asking Andy have we met. Gary's life looked like it honestly flashed before his eyes because he was not expecting to see his ex-fiancé with his pregnant fiancé's brother, and he knows that all his secrets, his lies, and his conniving ways are about to come out. I wonder how he's going to try to finesse his way out of this one. He can't. He might just have to tell the truth. Jordan can sense the energy because he's like, did I miss something? And Andy is standing there looking like she just got hit with a ton of bricks. Andy is sitting there like she trying to put 2 and 2 together and try to make it equal 4. But little does she know it actually equals 6. Andy is probably thinking that this is part of his plan to get back at her. It probably is. I hope that this puts the nail in the coffin to let Andy know that Gary is not a good person in any way, shape, or form. I hope that she is not too blind to see what is actually going on in front of her, and she better be asking all the questions that needs to be answered. Was Penelope one of the women that you were seeing while you were also married to Jasmine and seeing me? Does Penelope know about Jasmine, and does she also know that you bought me a house and a car and that you're stalking my job and always asking me to come back to you? And we have the girls talking to Rich and Tony asks the girls, do you know Gary? And Sabrina's like, yeah, we know Gary. Sabrina's not gonna be the one to spill the tea because she doesn't feel like it's her business, but the way that Danny's looking, she's looking like she doesn't care what's gonna come out of her mouth, and she's gonna say what needs to be said, and whatever happens, happens. But if looks could kill, Gary would be dead. This will probably make the girls look at the guys differently, and I totally get it. They are probably going to feel like they're hiding something and that they can't trust the guys anymore. But they can't fault the guys for the choices that Gary decides to make. Then we see Zach and Fatima, and it looks like they went over there to talk to the neighbor to see where Heather and Michael are. And it looks like the neighbor has told them that Heather has went somewhere and they don't know where she's at. Heather has took little Michael so that she doesn't have to deal with the court, because she knows if she stays around and Zach does go through with the court and Zach gets full custody, she won't be getting money from him anymore. Because all that needs to be done is for the neighbor to show up and say that she has called Child Protective Services about 3-4 times, and Zach could show the evidence of the bruises on Michael's back, and you can also show the receipt for the diapers and show that Michael is 3 years old and he is also experiencing a speech delay. Heather cares more about money than her son's well-being and his development. Over at Karen's house, Brian, the contractor, comes by with an estimate for how much the damages will cost. Seeing that Karen has to basically replace all the equipment that is in her salon, I know that it will cost a lot. I'm just trying to see how she's gonna get this money. I know she's not gonna ask Andy for the full amount, and I know that she's not gonna ask Zach for another check. She might be bold enough to do so, but I don't think he's gonna give it to her. She better start pulling money from her life savings or use that money that she always claimed that she got, but we never see. Then we see Zach and Fatima sitting in the car, and it looks like they're trying to come up with the next plan to find Michael. It looks like Zach is sitting there with a look of defeat and fear on his face, like he shouldn't have listened to what the lawyer said and just went with his first mind anyway, even though he knows that it would make it worse for him because the judge would say that he kidnapped him. So he has to go on the search of finding his son, not knowing if he will ever find him again or if he's safe because he doesn't know where Heather is. Back over at Jordan's house, it looks like everybody's in the kitchen and they're looking at the door like somebody is coming in. It looks to be Penelope, and the girls are shocked to see who it is once Jordan probably introduces her as his sister. She probably introducts and says, yes, I'm Jordan's sister, but I'm also Gary's fiancé, and the looks on the girls' faces are priceless. This is the exact moment that they find out this is Gary's fiancé and also Jordan's sister, and the fact that she's pregnant, because the looks on the girls' faces are like, what did I just get myself into? How am I going to get out of this? Andy looks so humiliated, embarrassed, and Andy's looking like, how could I meet so good of a guy? And then it turns out that he has a connection to my ex that is trying to still stalk me and trying to get me back. She's looking like, this can't be happening to me right now. I knew this was all good to be true. Over at Karen's house, Brian and Karen are sitting down discussing the numbers regarding the damages for the shop. Karen's like, how bad is it? And Brian's like, it depends on how you look at it. Then he shows her the numbers and she's like, this is a lot. Karen, what do you expect when you have to replace everything in your shop? After Brian leaves, I guess she makes a call to Pam and she tells her, I think I'm going to take clients from out home. Karen, girl, there's not even enough room for you to even live there. There's not enough space for you to walk around. So how do you expect to take clients from out your home? I know it's possible, but with the way you are, Karen, I don't see it lasting too long. Then we see Zach and Fatima and they're still in the car and Fatima goes, I'm going to tell you something that I never told anybody before. This might be her way of telling him about the abortion that she had with Ian, which in my opinion, she should have already told him about it. Or this could be one of her childhood stories about how she grew up with Madam. Back over at Jordan's house, we see Andy, and it looks like she's finally confronting Gary about everything. And Gary can't sit there and deny it because the girls are witnesses to everything that Andy has been through with. We see Andy telling the girls that she can't do it. What can't you do, girl? Let everybody know how Gary actually really gets down? What are you afraid of? If anything, everybody will look at Gary differently and not you. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye!